Hello, I'm going to make videos on the tier lists because I would much rather do that than have to type out all of the rationales behind each ranking. It's easier to talk. Oh my god, fucking damn it. Shut the fuck up. Okay, let's get to it. Okay. Let's start with weapons. Okay. Anything in or below C tier is something you probably will never use conventionally. Uh, but some weapons have their niche uses. The Ice Sword, you can use it with a bunch of Hawkster glitches. Uh, the Lollipop is probably the best level 1 weapon in the game, maybe even the best weapon under level 15. Uh, you typically level 1 weapons, like, they have a net of like 1 or 0 when you combine all their stats, but the Lollipop is just 5. Like five, like the net of all its stats is 5, which is ridiculous. Like, no level 1 weapon should add that much, but the Lollipop does, so fuck it. But typically once I get to level 10, I'll switch to the uh the rubber handle sword instead of the Lollipop. I think I personally prefer the strength to having all that agility, because by the time I'm level 10, I already have a ton of agility anyway. I think I like the agility and strength combo at a low level. And then in C tier, the Glowstick and Skeletor Mace will be your best farming weapons for various reasons. The Glowstick is if you already have strength added, it'll definitely get it down to 0. But if you have no strength, then use the Skeletor Mace, because the agility and defense combo is much better for grinding, and uh, any effect chance on the weapon is going to increase your damage output regardless of like how much strength you have. So since the Skeletor Mace doesn't have anything like that, it's actually going to be better for farming. And typically, a ton of speedrunners will use the rubber mace. That's why it's in the top of C tier. But since that's still a niche use, it's not going to be any higher than C tier. The fishing spear and wooden club basically carry Eskimo and Bear to the top of speedrunning. There's pretty much no real reason. There's no other reason why those two would be high otherwise, but they've got these fuckers. And for me, the damage is more important than the defense, which is why I put the fishing spear higher than the wooden club. But when you're speedrunning, you would probably want the wooden club over the fishing spear, and that's why everyone thinks bear is the best. But Eskimo is a close second. With the Snakey Mace and the Ninja Claw, let me look up the effect chances real quick. But there's a lot of people who really like those weapons, and I personally don't think they're that good, because like even though the poison chance will add damage to your juggles, it's not it's going to be equal to less than a point of strength. I think that on the Ninja Claw, which I know for a fact that Ninja Claw has a 3% chance, and that's like point 0.6 strength, and it's not really adding that much damage to your juggling at the end of the day. Okay, yeah, the Snaky Staff has 2% poison, and the Ninja Claw. What the fuck is. I don't even see it on this list. Why isn't the Ninja Claw on this list? Am I blind? No, I think he forgot to put it on the list. Okay, then. I'll have to let him know. Anyway, the Ninja Claw, I know I'm pretty sure it has a 3% chance anyway. So, and it's either the one of them is like zero point 0.6. I don't know if the other's higher or lower, but anyways, it's a negligible damage difference, and what's important overall is just juggling damage, I guess. Of the better of the two, in my opinion, is the Snakey Mace because it gives you an increased splash attack range without the need of a pet. And but like, if you like the agility on them, go for it. But like, I would rather use the Unicorn Horn for a magic build just because I can get +10 magic with Beholder. Just hold on a second. Gotta find some cringy thing to put there. There we go. Okay. Okay, and that's why the Unicorn Horn is above the two of them, because just because it's the only way to get +10 magic. Uh, but otherwise, I actually hate the -3 strength on the Unicorn Horn. I don't. I think that holds it back. But it's have being able to get +10 magic is valuable enough that it stays in A rank. But we're going back to B rank. Um, the Necrotana, or Evil Sword if you're a boring bitch, uh, that is like it's basically the same deal as the Ninja Claw. Is the two magic isn't high enough to do you don't get any magic boosts from it, and then like I the defense is actually probably more useless than the agility. But if you're using Piggy, then you're fucking god with that shit. Like, seriously. You with when you use that and Piggy, you get like 900 health from a piece of meat, which um with base stats, your max health is like 1,000. So you basically, when you're using Piggy and the Necrotana, you're basically getting a health potion in value from just one piece of meat. It's ridiculous. And then the curved sword is probably the single most underrated weapon in the game. Well, okay, it's not that good, but like, uh, part of the reason why the gold sword is an S tier is because it's got this ridiculous strength and magic combo that no other weapon has except for the curved sword. But as an added bonus, the curved sword doesn't subtract from agility. It only takes -1 defense in exchange for +3 strength, +3 magic. That's actually ridiculous. It's definitely the best, well, second best level 15 weapon. There's still the butcher knife and the unicorn horn, but it's really good. I like it a lot. I think it's underrated. And then at the top of A rank, all three of these weapons are basically equal to each other. It all comes down to preference. I prefer the Sai, which is why I put it first. Uh, the reason that they are here is because these are probably the top three arena mode weapons. Uh, because strength is always valuable, but in arena mode, agility is also very valuable because you have like a base 7 agility in arena mode. So being able to increase your damage and your agility at the same time is pretty wicked. Uh, I tend to go for the all-out agility with the Sai, and I use Meowbert with it. And you can't kill what you can't hit, and you can't hit something with +10 agility. Uh, but I also use Fencer, so I've got that splash attack to just spam and get away with it, even though you can't. It's splashes for infinite juggle locks. But anyways, and then the ribeye, and And the butcher knife, like when you get the net of their stats, the ribeye comes out to 6, and the butcher knife comes out to 5. But the butcher knife still does like it still has one more strength on it, so that one more strength could be the difference between a juggle killing or not killing. So I wouldn't dismiss it over. I wouldn't dismiss it for the ribeye just because of that. But basically, yeah, with all these three weapons, it just comes down to preference. Although I will say that typically the most popular pick of them is the ribeye, and then it's actually pretty uncommon for the side to be the preferred of them. But I'm just weird, I guess, because I'd also see a lot of people use the butcher knife. Uh, Moving on to S tier. The man catcher, for most intents and purposes, late game is just gonna be a worse gold skull mace. You're always gonna be behind in damage. But early game it's better. Not really. I'm not really sure why you would be considering early game for a level 35 weapon. But I mean, theoretically it's better then. But basically, the reason why is because the gold skull mace it relies on its crits to come out on top for damage. So when you're doing less than 33 damage, the crits won't actually make up more damage than what the base strength of the man catcher does. And that's actually why the man catcher is better in arena mode, because you do like 20 something base damage. So the base strength is going to be more valuable there. But in campaign mode, um, above 33 damage or higher, will you'll be netting more damage with the Gold Skull Mace. The chainsaw actually has the highest crit chance in the game at like 5%, and it actually basically makes its stats like come out to like about 5.5 strength, and 5 defense. So it actually invalidates the wooden club once you have access to the chainsaw. So it's actually quite good. With Snoot, it's like 10 strength, 5 defense, no drawbacks. So it's a really good weapon. And then the gold sword is like basically what makes the curved sword good is also making the sword good. It's a strength and magic combo that's absolutely ridiculous. If your character has like elemental magic or saw blades, you should absolutely use the gold sword. And I guess that'll do it for the weapons. I'll see you in the next video.